What's up, guys? How's it going here? Ryan back with you again for another episode of This Week in Hearthstone. We're actually on episode number 40 for this week. A lot of you guys might be wondering, if you are listening on audio or checking out the YouTube, why are you a day early? Well, first of all, just a selfish plug coming up here. But the reason being is because Pokemon Sword and Shield actually come out about less than 24 hours from this recording of this episode. So I'm actually going to be basically being a degenerate and live streaming Pokemon Sword and Shield, but also playing it a ton this coming weekend. So if you guys haven't already, if you guys would love to or like to, twitch.tv/ryankubo, ryankubo. We will be streaming the Sword and Shield release date as long as possible the first night, but I definitely am going to be going to live streaming a lot of Pokemon Sword and Shield mixed with Hearthstone, of course. So we're going to be doing that as well. So go and check the live stream out if you want to do that, and hope you guys enjoy that. Anyway, though, this isn't a Pokemon podcast. This is a Hearthstone podcast. So let's dive right into it. For now, we are going to be ending the portion of the podcast where we talk about the Vicious Syndicate meta report because, to be honest, the meta report is pretty dried up at this point. We're kind of getting the same, handful of stuff, handful of issues with the meta. We're coming up on a new expansion as well. So, also, new expansion we will talk about in the coming weeks as it gets closer to launch. Anyway, let us jump right into the Tavern Brawl, which is interesting, but haven't been able to play it at all. The Tavern Brawl for this week is actually pretty cool. Let me just pull it up right now, but it is a Brawlzalium type of Tavern Brawl. Brawlzaliums are the ones where you make your own deck. There's usually certain rules to said deck, and then you take that deck and you try to go 12 wins with it. They give you the free entry pass for free. So I would definitely highly recommend to just go make something, try this out, etc. If you get up to 12 wins, it's the same tier rewards as arena tier. So you definitely, even if you don't like this or something like that, even if you get 1 win or even if you get 0 wins, you'll technically get more than what you typically get in a Tavern Brawl. Unfortunately, though, you can't do that. It seems that the mode has been temporarily disabled. I wasn't able to play earlier today at all, so I haven't actually even tried this out as well. So hopefully this gets resolved soon, but they did make a quote, "Hi all, we've temporarily disabled the Tavern Brawl mode and expect it to return tomorrow, Thursday." So they did say we'll be coming back tomorrow, Thursday. So I can't really review it or can't really talk to you guys about it, but keep that in mind depending on when you see this or hear this podcast. It could already be released, which is kind of a nice thing. The first run is free of charge. After that, it's about 150 gold per entry fee as well. The brawl was pretty cool, though. You were able to pick 4 cards, and then your opponent will ban one of them, and then the game itself makes a deck with the remainder of your cards. So it seems like a pretty interesting mechanic. Unfortunately, we aren't able to really check it out right now, so hopefully this gets changed soon. We also got a little interesting little tidbit, little minor patch this week for Battlegrounds mode. The next 2 articles are kind of interlaced with each other, but it says that right now it takes about 2 weeks to make a proper client patch and localization and QA changes to properly mess with Battlegrounds, the mode. And so they buffed and nerfed some certain minions and heroes and stuff like that within the Battlegrounds auto chess mode. I've actually been really liking this mode, especially with Hearthstone kind of being in a weird place right now with the standard meta. But they did balance some minions. Mama Bear's been nerfed. Kangor's Apprentice has been changed from 4-8 to 3-6. And certain hero powers have also been changed as well. Infinity Toki has been changed from 1 to 2. And King Mukula's passive power has actually gotten better with whenever you buy a beast instead of whenever you sell a beast. Andraxx's hero power has gone down from 3 to 2. So keep that in mind that those are some little changes that are happening in Battlegrounds. They also did some quality of life improvements. There were some bugs that we had from the last patch that we kind of talked about here, but daily quests can finally now be ruled. Squelch is no longer working and doesn't crash the game. And Android and memory optimization for Battlegrounds is a lot better on Android as well as on all phones across the board. They also said that they're going to be coming out with some new changes for Battlegrounds in the future. We don't know when these changes are going to be live, but they said hopefully coming soon. One of them that's coming very soon is new heroes, they said. They said they've been cooking up new heroes and minions. They said that there's already been about 3 to 4 that have been data mined as well, that you can go check out. These aren't confirmed, though. We don't know when they're coming out. They said stats are going to be coming out. They said we know the amount of gameplay information that informs how players are performing is limited right now. We're already hard at work at an advanced stats screen that will be available in the next update. We'll have much more details soon. They said the leaderboard is also going to be changed. They said they want to give players more useful information about their opponents so they can make more informed gameplay decisions and build more complex strategies. On the left-hand leaderboard, we're going to be adding some additional information on minion types. And they also said that the selling experience is going to be a lot better as well. Currently, you cannot sell a minion from hand for whatever stupid reason. You have to place it on the board and then sell it, which if your board is filled, you basically have a hand of cards that are useless. So that's something that to keep in mind as well, that will be changing as well. Kind of bleeding into that thing, which is basically the last topic of our episode. I know that this episode is super fast, and I didn't want to rush it or anything like that, but really, there's not much content coming up right now until Descent of Dragons cards start getting released, and we can talk about them a little bit more. But Battlegrounds is in open beta right now, which means that if you have a Hearthstone account, if you have a Battle.net account, all you need to do is install Hearthstone on your phone or on a desktop client, and you will be able to play the game. It is totally free. Don't want to get too much into this, but did want to release a PSA just in case some people who listen to the podcast don't necessarily keep up with Hearthstone news, but it is an open beta. It is a free-to-play mode, completely free. There are no rewards for winning a match, though. From winning, you just get, I guess, pride and joy and get up and rank up in leaderboards. But the mode is totally free. There is no entry fee whatsoever. You can play it as much as you want. You don't even have to touch the normal mode for the game. So yeah, it is free, fully free to play mode. Remember that it does, I guess, technically have some pay to win options, and it has to do with the latest expansion. So what does that mean exactly? So basically, it means, for now at least, it means pre-ordering right this second, but it's with Descent of Dragon packs, currently only in pre-order, but for later expansions you can simply save up gold to do this and unlock a few perks. So keep this in mind. When right now you can unlock these perks only by pre-ordering, but after that you will be able to, after Descent of Dragons actually releases, you can get these rewards by just using gold, etc., to get these rewards. They said the first one for 10 packs purchase is to have a suite of stats available to look through. This is not available yet in the game. It's going to come out after beta. At 20 packs purchase, which is probably the most important one in my opinion, I don't really like how this is locked, and I don't know what this means. That means to keep up with Battlegrounds, I need to keep pre-ordering the future expansions, or at least getting 20 packs. So we'll have to see how that works. But for 20 packs purchased, they said you have to choose. You have a choice of 3 heroes instead of 2. And for 30 packs, you get some custom game emotes. Like I said, don't know how this is going to work with future expansions of Hearthstone. Does that mean that, when the next expansion comes out, I don't have a choice of 3 heroes? I don't have the stats anymore. I don't have the emotes. We don't know. There's no current information on that right now. So that's something to keep in mind that we'll let you know when that comes up. They have confirmed that these packs, these 20 packs you get, can be purchased from gold, from real money, or even from arena wins, or even from what they give you for free. So it's not really necessarily 20 packs. And why I keep saying 20 packs for is that if you want to have somewhat of a clearer advantage or a pay to win feature within Battlegrounds, 20 packs is what you should probably aim for, because that is where you are able to choose 3 instead of 2 heroes. So keep that in mind as well. Anyway, guys, super short episode of This Week in Hearthstone, as you guys know, unfortunately. But yeah, I do want to thank you guys for listening to this episode. We will be back out next Thursday for another episode of This Week in Hearthstone. And once again, don't want to keep plugging it because I know this isn't a Pokemon podcast. But if you guys want to, twitch.tv/ryankubo, if you guys want to go and join me on my Pokemon Sword and Shield adventures for the next week or so, I should say, easily. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.